welcome to a very special episode of Scran. I'm Rosalind and this week I was invited to 10 Downing Street to partake in a celebration of Scottish food and drink in advance of St Andrew's Day. Following the event, I sat down with Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer to learn more about why he has brought back celebrating Scotland's National Saints' Day to Downing Street, more about his favourite Scottish food and drinks, as well as his thoughts on challenges being faced by both the fishing and whisky industries. But first you'll hear some opening remarks from Satty Singh, owner of Mr Singh's India restaurant in Glasgow, who travelled to London to speak at the event and escort his team to provide their now famous tandoori salmon tikka, a favourite of the Prime Minister's. We'll chat to Satty a little more in the podcast to hear about the business and how it's evolved. I also caught a quick word with previous Scran guest, Scottish fashion designer Siobhan Mackenzie, who also attended the event. You'll hear music throughout this episode from Lussa, a Glasgow-based traditional band who entertained guests at the event. I hope you enjoy this episode, and to everyone listening, happy St Andrew's Day.
Part of today's celebration is that we're going to share the tandoori salmon tikka with you. And it's not just a culinary experience, but it's a fusion of what's great in Scotland. It's not just the Prime Minister's favourite dish when he comes to...
Many times over.
But today we've set probably a world record. This is the furthest Prime Minister we've ever done a home delivery. 400 miles. And both 4 generations of family are here to celebrate this. I remember the first time Sir Keir came to the restaurant, and it was through the Rosalind by-election, sir. And I think we were in the restaurant that day as well. And it was great. The Prime Minister came in, enjoyed the salmon tikka that much that the next morning went on live TV. I was getting ready to come to work, and the Prime Minister was on the TV talking about Mr Singh's India, the tandoori. And then it became the most popular seafood offering. I think you get checked your sales, Salmon Scotland must have rocketed.
This is the first time, I think in just about a decade, that we've actually celebrated St Andrew's Day here in Downing Street. So that's a really good thing to be doing, and it's brilliant that you're all here. And I have to start, I really do have to start, with qualifying for the World Cup Scotland. It's brilliant. I'm so pleased. I really hope you felt so many people across the country who really were rooting for Scotland that night. And I have to say, late in the game, when the ball breaks through, and it's Kieran Tierney that steps up, that ex-Arsenal player. I saw it go to his left foot. I've seen him shooting many times. He doesn't often do it like that, but what a belter that was. An absolute cracker to take it to 3-2. He was really loved by the fans at Arsenal, by the way. He was a really great player. But tonight we've got other really important guests here. We've got Diageo, who've got the pop in the room through there. It's called the White Room. Normally that's the room where I meet heads of state, so it's quite a revered room. And all the pictures you see of me with President Zelensky and all the others is sitting in the 2 white chairs in that room. But tonight, it's been turned into a whisky bar. Which, if it all goes well, I mean, some of these talks get a bit difficult. Having a little whisky bar there might work quite well. And then, of course, we've got food from Satty and Mr Singh's restaurant here, which is fantastic. Can I say thank you also to the wonderful Glasgow quartet that we've got. We've been hearing you all afternoon. I had a couple of meetings which were a bit tedious, and I heard something coming through, which made it a lot better to get through the afternoon. And I hope you've also enjoyed the way we've decked the place out. The saltire is everywhere. It was shone on the front of the building earlier today, which looked brilliant as the sun was going down. You've seen it all the way up the stairs. And we've got the flag on the roof flying today as well. So that is really, really brilliant. And I think it shows how proud we are of the flag and of everything that Scotland is. Because, look, we are 4 different nations, but we have achieved so much together, and so much that we will achieve together. And we will fight in Scotland for Scotland all of the time. When I became Prime Minister on the 4th of July last year, 2 days later, my very first visit was to Scotland, and that was deliberate because I wanted to demonstrate how important Scotland was to me and this government, and going straight to Scotland. Actually to see the First Minister, saw Anas of course, but saw the First Minister to say, whatever our political differences, I'm interested in delivering for Scotland. I've come straight here first to demonstrate that commitment. We've done trade deals which are of huge benefit to Scotland. The EU deal is really good, being welcomed by Salmon Scotland because of the difference it will make in terms of trading into the EU, one of our biggest markets. Yes to farm dairies. We can now see their cottage cheese in Spanish stores as a result of what we're doing with the EU. The US deal as well, we're negotiating hard, particularly on the question of whisky, as you would expect, and making some real progress there. And the India deal saw tariffs slashed on whisky from 150% down to 40%. And I was over in India just the other week, saying we must get on with this now. We had Scotch Whisky Association with us in the plane. We took 130 CEOs. This is a really good idea, by the way, because normally we have the front of the plane is all sort of government, ministers, officials, etc. And the back of the plane is the journalist pack, sort of trying to think how to catch me out with difficult questions. But to have 130 CEOs in the middle of the plane, absolutely up for the business opportunities when we went to India, was really great. And see Scotch whisky there was really, really excellent. Look, there's a lot to celebrate about Scotland. I'm really pleased that we're all together to celebrate. Thank you so much for being here, and let's fly the saltire high tonight. Thank you so much. Rosalind, nice to see you. Were you in the main event?
We were, yeah.
Oh, great. It's looking good in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's,
Had you been in Downing Street before?
No, never. It's great.
Well, it's very good to have you here.
Welcome to Scran.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us in Downing Street. This is the first St Andrew's Day celebration you've had in about 10 years here. Why did you bring it back, and why is it important for you?
It's really important because we're all absolutely determined to work for Scotland, to celebrate Scotland, and therefore to have the opportunity to have this celebration here today. I didn't realise it had been 10 years since there'd been a celebration here in Downing Street for St Andrew's Day, so it was I was really determined. But we've really gone to town. We had the saltire beamed onto the front of number 10, the famous front door. We got the flag on the roof, and then you'll have seen the staircase, the famous staircase from the film Love Actually, all decked out with the flagging, and then the room in here packed with people from all different sectors. You've got business people in there, you've got apprentices in there who are building frigates on the Clyde, you've got some of the crew from HMS Vanguard who I met when they were coming in off duty. Edwin Collins, Mr Singh's tandoori from Glasgow. We've got everybody in here having a really good time, and obviously lots and lots of whisky to go with that tandoori.
So yeah, we are a podcast about Scottish food and drink, and we've mentioned the tandoori salmon. Is there any other food and drinks that you like from Scotland?
Well, the whisky is always good. I mean, lovely to drink, obviously, and unsurprisingly wanted across the world, which is why the trade deals we've done are so important in terms of making it more easy to get into other markets. Some markets are already there, but just making it easier in those markets. But also going to distilleries to see the whisky in the making, and the wood that is, every barrel that has to be specially crafted from wood that will give particular qualities to the whisky is really incredible. So the whisky is good, but it's the Scottish salmon made into salmon tandoori in Mr Singh's restaurant in Glasgow that It's got to be my food highlight.
And do you have a favourite whisky, which is a question I always get asked?
No, I don't actually. I mean, I enjoy pretty well all of them. I've got a very special one from a dear friend who sadly died. So I've got that up in the flat in number 10, actually. And when I say I've got it, I was preserving this beautiful bottle of whisky because he was a dear friend and he died far too early. But one night when Angela Rayner came round for a catch-up and a drink, she grabbed the bottle and was half a tumbler in before I could tell her it was one I was preserving. But she said Johnny would have loved me to have opened it, so it's really good.
Well, as they say, it's for drinking, so...
It's for drink, yeah, exactly that, yeah.
People might not know this as a common knowledge, but you are a pescatarian. Is that something that you've come across as an adult, or has it been from childhood, or...?
It was something, probably about 30 years ago now. I thought I couldn't really justify eating meat anymore, and so I stopped eating meat. And when I met Vic, my wife, she's been vegetarian, so she doesn't eat fish either, since she was a child. And so in our household, we're now pretty well vegetarian. We brought our kids up vegetarian. At age 10, we said they could decide for themselves because I didn't want them to feel that they had to do what we did. My daughter, who is 15 today, has remained vegetarian, so she's never eaten meat or fish, age 15, and that's her choice. My son, given the choice, decided he would try meat and fish of every variety, and so he's taken full license or full benefit of the license that we gave him, but I did about 30 years ago.
So as well as your tandoori salmon, have you ever tried something like Arbroath smokies or kippers?
Kippers I love. I absolutely love kippers. But particularly if somebody else is actually cooking them. It's the sort of thing you want somebody else to cook, but they're amazing. Both in the taste, but also the preparation again is quite extraordinary. But I love kippers.
Can you think of your most memorable meal you've ever had meeting a world leader, so when you've been somewhere abroad?
Oh my goodness. We've had some incredible meals abroad pretty well everywhere we go. So I can't think which was the best. We were in India just a few weeks ago, and that was incredible food there. But then soon after that, we were in Turkey, and the food there was amazing as well. I love all foods, though. I mean, pretty well all cuisines. And so I'm always going to love the food wherever I go.
It must be amazing to get to travel and do that as well.
Well, yeah, and the food is always good. I mean, the travel, you do tend to sort of arrive somewhere, go straight into a meeting, go into whatever else you've got to do, and then come straight back out again. But some of the food is absolutely amazing. Italy, we went to meet the Prime Minister there. That was amazing food as well. Food is just so incredible. The different cultures, different traditions, different types of food. It's fantastic.
Just to bring it back to salmon, it's been a bit of a rough time for the fishing trade in general in the UK, with lots of different things going on. Do you have any sort of thoughts on that as a whole?
Yes, and I've just been talking to Salmon Scotland, the CEO, a moment ago, and he was saying that there's real potential now to get into the market through the India deal that we've struck, the UK-India deal. It needs to be implemented, and when I was over there a few weeks ago, I said, let's get on with the implementation. But what he was saying is he sees real potential to get into the market in India. At the moment, as I understand it, you only really get salmon in sort of 4 or 5 star hotels, whereas he says, I think that Salmon Scotland see that they could get into a much bigger market there. So I think we should do everything we can. I mean, salmon and whisky are very much, the absolutely sort of iconic exports from Scotland and wanted and loved across the world.
Yeah. And whisky there, you mentioned in your speech tariffs in America, and then the industry's calling for a duty freeze, and we've got your budget coming up. Is there anything you can sort of tell us? You sort of mentioned things are progressing.
Yes. I mean, on the trade deals, things are progressing, and we've engaged on this heavily, as you'd expect. In relation to the budget, I'm afraid I'm going to have to say you'll have to wait. Not long now, but just a little longer.
So to go back to food, do you do any cooking at home? Or?
Yes, I love cooking. I find it really relaxing. And before the election, I would cook every Saturday night. We had a house in Kentish Town, and I would cook. The struggle in our house is because my boy is 17 and my little girl is, say, 15 today. I want to try out lots of different recipes, and they want to bring it back to what they like. And so I'm constantly struggling to get a new recipe and get them to try it. But I love cooking. But when you've got a bit of time, I find it really relaxing cooking. I love doing it.
Yeah, same. It's good, isn't it? And do you cook the tandoori salmon at home, obviously?
Yes. So I first had it at Mr. Singh's in Glasgow, where I went with Anna Sawa, the Labour leader in Scotland. It was really fantastic. And I got Mr. Singh to give me the recipe. And then I was doing a Sunday brunch programme, one of these televised programmes where people cook on live on television. And they asked me what I want to cook. So I said I'd do tandoori salmon. And so did it on Sunday brunch using Mr. Singh's recipe. So it was really fantastic.
Great. If you had to pick 4 people, dead or alive, for your dinner party, dream dinner party, who would they be?
Oh, my goodness.
It's one of those questions.
Well, I mean, the first 2 would be Vic, my wife, and probably Colin, my sort of best mate. But in terms of other people, if he would come, Thierry Henry would be right up there. My all-time favourite Arsenal player. I'm a passionate Arsenal fan. So we get Thierry there. Whether he would eat tandoori salmon, I don't know. But we could try, or I could try one of my other dishes. And who else? Oh, I suppose after tonight it'd have to be Edwin Collins, the lead singer for Orange Juice back in the day, and then solo for many years, and my favourite artist. And it's really brilliant that he's here today for such a special night.
And just one quick last question. Is there a Scottish food tradition you think people across the UK should appreciate more?
Oh, I think Burns Night is always a very, very special night, sort of mixing celebration, poetry, incredible food. But, I mean, Scotland's an amazing, beautiful place. And there's, I mean, Vic and I holidayed in the Highlands a couple of times, and that's obviously absolutely incredible. We actually went to Dumfries, actually, this year, to a cottage just quietly with the kids for a few days, which was, again, a really beautiful part of Scotland. The bit that sticks in my memory most in the last year or two is we went for work to Inverness, then drove up to Wick. It was about a 3-hour drive. We were actually going up to see some of the wind turbines that are out to sea there, so we got a boat out to have a look at them. But it was it was a 3-hour drive, and it's absolutely stunning all the way up till we got to Wick, right at the very, very top. And you know, wherever you go in Scotland, there's just brilliant hospitality, and people are really friendly. So it was great, really good.
Good food. Well, we'll see you back here for Burns Night, maybe.
Well, I hope so. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Satty Singh, and representing Mr. Singh's India restaurant.
So we're here tonight in Downing Street, and we've tried some of your lovely salmon, but could you just tell us, what does it mean to you to be here tonight?
It's a fantastic honour, you know, in 31 years in business, it's the first time we've actually been in Downing Street to cook the salmon tikka, which is one of the most popular seafood offerings we have. It's a privilege.
And we've heard that the Prime Minister is a massive fan of the tandoori salmon. Could you just tell us a little bit about the business?
Yeah, we established Mr. Singh's in 1994, and over the years we've evolved. And a big part of the business was our history, our Scottish heritage. And we were the first restaurant, I'm sure, to put the haggis bakora on an a la carte menu. And we were the first to put on haggis neeks and tatties samosa. And then as we grew the business, then we had registered our own Mr. Singh's India tartan, and all the staff wore kilts. And we have a fusion menu, which is very important to us, so you can get haggis in any kind of starter, main course, even accompaniment rice, haggis naan, which is very popular as well. So as the business evolved, the city centres post-COVID have become very quiet. So then we had to diversify, and where we diversified was into the retail market. And last year we launched our chicken boona and our South Indian garlic chilli last month into Costco and other retailers. Retailers mean independent butchers. For example, in North Uist, Hector Stewart's has the Boona there in the South Indian, and Charlie McLeod's in Stornoway, the black pudding, they've registered both and listed both curries, and they seem to do them really, really well. This is our route now. When you look at the way the global market is, or local market, we're trying to get into the retail market for takeaways, maybe at half the price. So that's our sort of goals, and we're also, hopefully next year, we'll launch the salmon tikka into the retail market as well. Maybe get the Prime Minister to launch it.
So you can be having your dinner like the Prime Minister?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's now the salmon tikka is just a fantastic thing, and believe it or not, when you freeze the salmon, like the salmon we had today was marinated for over 2 days and chilled, so all the marination soaks into the salmon, which is amazing. So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Top tip. Yeah, so we're here in Downing Street. How important is it for you that Scottish food is being represented here in London?
It's very important. Sometimes we think people forget us, but we've been very blessed that people like Anas Sarwar and has championed the cause in London for not just Mr Singh's India, but Scottish brands. But when you do get anyone coming from especially Downing Street or London, when they see it, they can see the quality, and and we're blessed to be invited here on that basis.
And we will be seeing a Mr Singh's opening in Whitehall anytime soon.
Hopefully, we would love to have a partner where we can bring the Mr Singh's 30-year-old recipes, which are tried and tested, and to do a collaboration with someone. We're really open to that.
Well, thank you for talking to us and have a great night.
Thank you very much, and God bless you guys.
I'm now joined by Siobhan Mackenzie, a Scottish fashion designer, wearing a lovely tartan blue dress that you made yourself, and you're designing the team kit for Scotland for the Commonwealth Games. We're here in Downing Street, we're celebrating Scotland. How has your night been?
It's been fantastic to be surrounded by such amazing people that come from Scotland to celebrate Scotland here in Downing Street. The place is kitted out with saltires all over, and just a great love for Scotland and great spirit here.
What did you enjoy tonight that was on the menu?
I particularly enjoyed the rhubarb cocktail with Johnny Walker. That was delicious. I'm not typically a girl that drinks whiskey on its own. My dad will kill me for that, but I do enjoy it in a cocktail format, so that was lovely.
I'm kind of gutted the whiskey bar's shut.
I mean, you would think they knew Scottish people were coming, right? Why is it shut at 6 p.m?
Well, thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Many thanks to all my guests on this special episode of Scran. We'll be back again soon with stories behind Scotland's food and drink industry. But before you go, please remember to rate, review and subscribe so you never miss an episode of Scran. Scran is co-produced and hosted by me, Rosalind, and co-produced, edited and mixed by Kelly Crichton.